This video is of Elise Stefanik grilling a college president about anti-Semitism. We saw Elise in the beginning of the October, November, December wave of increased anti-Semitism challenge Harvard and Yale and Princeton. And here she is again.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Stefanik.
Thank you. A question for each of you. Is calling for the genocide of Jews protected speech on your campus, starting with Haverford?
No, of course not.
And what disciplinary action has been taken or would be taken if someone made that call?
Representative, there have been no such calls, and we would use all of our disciplinary actions to follow through on any such call. I would never expect that to happen at Haverford, and if it would, we would deal with that swiftly.
Well, let me ask you a specific question then. There was a student group on Haverford's campus who called for the complete dismantling of the apartheid settler colonial state of Israel by all means necessary. What does by all means necessary mean to you?
Invoking that kind of terminology is repugnant because of what it can mean, and I will not.
So does that depend on the context?
I will not defend that statement.
So what disciplinary action was taken against that group or those individuals who made that call? Any disciplinary action? Was there any disciplinary action taken against that group or those individuals?
Those kinds of statements are.
I'm not asking you if they're
Very
repugnant.
challenging.
I'm asking about the disciplinary action. You were the one university president who failed to lay out if any disciplinary action has been taken, if any suspensions or expulsions. So I am asking you, was there any disciplinary action taken?
Disciplinary action can include expulsion and.
I'm not asking what it can include. I'm asking, was it taken?
I will not be talking about individual cases here, and I'm saying that that is.
So have there been any disciplinary actions taken by Haverford related to anti-Semitism? Any?
Disciplinary actions are absolutely in our work.
Have they been taken?
Against anti-Semitism.
Have they been taken by Haverford?
Yes, there have been some.
I want to ask you another example. There was a professor of mathematics and statistics who posted after the October 7th Hamas terrorist attacks, quote, "We should never have to apologize for celebrating these scenes of an imprisoned people breaking free from their chains. This was a historic moment to be recorded in their history books." Jewish students have reported that you said this post could be, quote, perceived in many ways. Does this post simply depend on the context, President Rabin? And were there any disciplinary actions taken against this professor?
Such posts have been incredibly harmful to our entire community, and I disavow them and that outcome for us.
Was there an investigation of the professor?
Investigations happen in all such cases.
So yes, in this case.
Investigations happen in all such cases, as I have said, and we follow.
This is a simple question. The other presidents are answering this straightforward as to disciplinary action. Again, these university presidents who are former presidents fail to answer these direct questions. In this case, was there disciplinary action taken or an investigation of this professor?
Respectfully, Representative, I will not be talking about individual cases.
Respectfully, President of Haverford, many people have sat in this position who are no longer in the positions as president of universities for their failure to answer straightforward questions. Another question I have, because this is a theme at Haverford, there was an administrator who said that, quote, "Racial minority students have never felt safe at Haverford, and that Jewish prospective students should not expect to feel safe and should instead be brave." This was according to litigation against your college. Was there any investigation into this administrator for making those statements?
That report does not reflect the administrators that I know who stand strongly with me and the entire college against anti-Semitism.
So that didn't happen, is your position? Was that statement not made by that administrator?
That statement does not comport with those administrators that I know.
I'm not asking if it comports with the administrators that you know. I'm saying, is it your testimony that that statement did not happen, even though it's coming out in litigation? So are you saying it did not happen?
What I am saying is that I cannot imagine that happening from those colleagues of mine.
Well, let me ask you, if it did happen, what disciplinary action would Haverford take against that administrator?
At Haverford, we do not tolerate discrimination or harassment or bias.
And what does that mean, not tolerate? Does that mean suspension, firing of that individual? What does that mean?
It means following all of our policies, which begin with investigation and then can lead to any of the aspects that you listed.
For the American people watching, you still don't get it. Haverford still doesn't get it. It's a very different testimony than the other presidents who are here today who are coming with specifics. So again, this is completely unacceptable, and it's why this committee has stepped in, because higher education has failed to address the scourge of anti-Semitism, putting Jewish students at risk at Haverford and other campuses across the country. I yield back.
I thank the gentlelady. I recognize now the gentlelady from North.
I cannot stand watching videos like this. It's like these presidents, these former presidents are going through this media training on how to fire circular answers to every question. And I wonder where that media training is coming from. All I can imagine, or all I am imagining while I'm watching videos like this, is if it were any other ethnic minority on these college campuses, what would the responses be in a video just like this? If it were the black community getting mistreated, getting discriminated against, having kids going out to the streets and the school campuses and the quads and the cafeterias, if it were the Asian students, if it were the LGBTQ community, we all know the answer. You know, it's like we don't even have to think too hard about what the school would do, what public statements would be made, what tweets would be sent on X. It's unbelievable. They don't need these media training sessions to provide circular answers when they're talking about other ethnic minority groups. But when it comes to the Jews, when it comes to anti-Semitism, and you know, it's also like Elise has been so important for the Jewish community on the legal level, I would say, is I've actually heard her speak before. It's just like she's willing to get in front of people that are decision makers and politicians, and in the room with those who are in the Ivy League prestigious universities in that arena, and she has no reason to hesitate, no reason to be shy, no reason to fire back. And I think that this level of accountability that's being held in front of these people who are supposed to be making these large decisions, we need more of it. We need more Elises. We need more people. I get so angry watching videos like this, because if it were other ethnic minority groups that we were talking about here, like the black community, come on, yo. Come on. You already know how these conversations would go. You already know what would happen if there were students blockading LGBTQ students from getting to the cafeteria on their way to class. Come on. It's bananas to me at this point. But I'm glad she's doing this work. I'm glad she's getting this work out, so we can continue to know that people are on the ground trying to put these people in check. That's what we need more of. Put them in check. Thank you so much for all your support. See you next video.
If you want to continue the conversation, you can support my work for free. Discord does not cost a thing. It is the best way to connect with me and others who are seeking the truth. The link is in the description. But if you want to take it one step further, my Patreon gives you access to the Israel you don't see, uncovering the untold stories of what mainstream media does not show you. The link is in the description, and it helps me to continue this work. Or if you're just looking to help this thing go, PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee is a really easy way to support me. This channel, this work does not happen without all of you. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time.